May pips be upon you. Did you catch your bus today? Did you? If you caught a bus today on GU, EU, GJ, AU, NZDU, USD CAD or USD JPY. If you caught a bus today at the New York Open, leave me a comment, man. I want to talk to you. You know what I mean? I want to encourage you and I want you to reinforce. I want to reinforce those good feelings that you feel that you get from recognizing the layups that are there when they present themselves. Now, EU and GU was a little tricky today. So that's where you look at the other ones, GU, AU. I'm about to show you the bus that was waiting for you in GJ today. Let's go to the videotape. Okay. The first thing we want to do is we want to start with the replay tool, right? And we want to, I'm on the 1 hour right now, so I can easily find that 8 o'clock candle. Which one is it? Is it this one? Yeah. And I lost it. Let's try it again. 8 o'clock candle, gone. Okay. Let's move this back up. There. Got that. All right. This is what we would have saw leading up to the New York Open. All right. Let's take a good look at this market and let's see if we can get a handle on what price is doing. This is a bearish market, isn't it? All right. It's making lower highs here. The lows are starting to get lower. We made a higher low here, which is interesting to note. A lower high and a higher low here. Isn't that interesting? All right, so we want to keep an eye on this situation, but this is the longer term, higher time frame. So we don't want to, have this. This is not going to mean as much once we start getting down to the micro time frames. Okay, well, what we want to establish is bias. So we recognize that this is a bearish market, and we've made a lower high. We have a very aggressive bearish candle here. So, right now, looking for buys isn't at the top of the list. All right, we want to establish now by going down further to the 1 hour, a ceiling and a floor, meaning where is supply and where is demand, right? Well, matter of fact, it's clearer. We can whittle it down from the 4 hour. All right, you can see this pattern here, all right? And that looks like, you're saying, is that an order block? Yeah, it is an order block. Once you start going through and correlating with other time frames, you'll start to recognize that when these candles combine in time, this is going to be a bearish order block. We're on the 4 hour, right? And let's see, if we go to the 5 hour, that's 5 minutes. I'm sorry, 5 hour. Yeah, that's going in the opposite direction of where I wanted to go. Let me see something here. Hold on a second. All right, we go up and you'll see there's a very clear bearish order block. And you can see these bearish order blocks in a row. This is one of the things you need to take note of so that you can see that price has nothing but sellers and is respecting bearish order blocks. That's the block flow. This is the price flow. Okay. And once we know what the block flow is, we know that the sentiment is bearish and that we should be looking for sells in this market. Okay. Sells are best right now. Okay, because there's nothing but more sellers in the market than buyers. All right, but we want to mark this order block here. All right, when you have a bearish engulfer like this, it's a very easy order block to recognize. Very clean. Okay, now this is an 8 hour. All right, and where's price going? All right, we want to catch where price is coming from, the nearest supply, and we want to catch where price is going to, which is the nearest demand. Here's a demand where we're touching this floor right now. All right, this is on the 8-hour order, the 8-hour time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour so we can see if we can refine these order blocks a little bit more. Now, I see where prices already landed, so this level here is already kind of easy to spot where the institutional candle is. This is your institutional candle. This is where a lot of people will mark the order blocks like this. All right, but while I'm refining, I'm using the entire candle. Okay, right here, I know this part of this bullish order block is validated. You understand what I mean? All right, we got a bullish order block here that's very clean, and I know that if I put it down here, this is your base candle of the order block, and price likes to test that base candle before it lifts off. All right, and it comes back to it. This is what forms your order block. So I'm going to keep going down and refining as I go. This one here I'm gonna leave as it is right now, because I don't see a clear place to refine it to. Let's go to the 1-hour. Let's go to 2-hour. Okay, this one's getting clear. See, this is why I think the way I do. I'm raising this up here. This is a 2-hour order block here. You see price is already touched off here, validating this order block here. You see this order block level, and you see price testing here. So this 2-hour one is good to go until we can refine it a little bit more. This one, I like the fact that the last up candle can be, there's a level here right here that I think is valid. All right, so we got it refined to that point. Let's go to the 1-hour. Going through block, what do you call it? Order block refinement. All right, so I'm going to leave the level at the top there because we have a small bearish candle there helping to make up this 2-candle order block. Actually, this is a 2-candle pullback as well. Bear that in mind. All right, and you see how price has made a low, lower, higher configuration on a smaller time frame. This is the transitioning of price from bearish to bullish. This is that inverted head and shoulders. Bear that in mind. You see this the IC candle here? I'm going to put it right at the bottom of that IC candle, and we're going to go to the top. Always include the wick of the next candle over, and I think we got this one pretty much pegged. Okay, this is the 1-hour. Very good. We're looking clean. Again, what are we looking for? Remember what the higher time frames was. Are we looking for price to go higher? Are we looking for the next lower high or the next higher low? Can you remember what we were supposed to be doing? Because we had this high. Remember that was a bearish order block on the 8-hour and 4-hour time frame, right? And we come down here, all right, making the lower low. Right, but we made this low didn't exceed these lows. That's what we made note of, right? A slightly higher low, a slightly lower high. So price is kind of in the middle. If we make a higher low here, then we can go on and challenge these highs, right? If we make the higher low here, but I think from here, if price transitions, we'll be good to go up at least to that order block. You understand my reasoning with that? Okay, because if we see the transition, then we know that price starts to protect bullish order blocks being formed. Yeah, we're going up. Look at all this. This is what do you call a missing price? This is the inefficient move of price, inefficiencies or an imbalance. All right. And price likes to cover those on the way back. So what do I got there? Imbalance. There you go. So, this is another reason why price would want to go up, like I've mentioned before in my other videos. All right. To cover that up, at least to the opposing what do you call it? The wick on the other side of this big candle. All right. That's where it ends. That's when the inefficiency ends. So it may go all the way up there. All right. We'll see. All right. But this is something we use as another confluence, confluence, if you will, for our trades. All right. So we're on the 1 hour. Let's go further. 15. Shall we go to the 15-minute? Oh, or do we want to refine any more? Let's go to the 30-minute. Let's just take a peek and see if we can do any more refinement. This one's good. This one's good. I'm satisfied with the refinement of this order block. We'll leave it as it is, and we'll move this on over so we don't have to stretch out everything. All right. And this one I'm going to leave as it is too. We have another level here on the 30-minute. I'm going to make a note of that one. Okay. See, bearish. We'll do it clear. This was supposed to be bearish too. Sorry. We'll do it bearish. It's clear. All right. And this is a 30-minute. Stay with me, people. Stay with me, because I'm with you. Okay. Stay with me. All right. So we have the imbalance that price could go ahead and mitigate. All right. We have an order block up here. Let's call this the 1 hour. I believe this is a 1 hour order block. I can't even remember now. I should have marked it while we were doing it. All right. And I think we have a 1 hour down here, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So let's move forward. Let's move forward. All right. Let's go down to the 15. Let's just take a peek, see how things are developing. What we're looking for is price going to transition here? All right. Or what do we have as floors and ceilings? See what I see here? Now, was that on the 30-minute? No, it wasn't. But you see how price had this big rejection here? It didn't reject for no reason. All right. So we have to investigate that and look at that 15-minute. This is an area of supply for sure. All right. And just because it doesn't show up on another time frame doesn't mean it's not relevant. Obviously, price found it and rejected from it. So I'm going to mark it as such. If we just use where price opened on this institutional candle, we would look like it missed. You see that? You see the gap there? It looked like it missed here. That's why you use the whole candle, man. And when you get a chance to refine it, then you can say, all right, price, the order block can get smaller. We can refine it a little bit better. All right. Matter of fact, if we go to the 10-minute, let's see what it looks like. Now, see, that's a 2 candle. That's a 2 candle pull right there. And refining this is not, I don't know if I would want to refine it any more than this. This here, see where this the bearish candle hits and where this candle closes, this one opens, and just so happens to be at the same level where the price came into contact. All right. That, I think this is a fine enough refinement. Do you understand my thinking on it? I hope you do. All right. But we want to make sure we have good order blocks. We know that this level rejected. So let's mark it. Easy enough. We got a 10-minute order block there. All right. And that's not the color I like. If I could just get it right the first time. All right. All right, here we go. This is all the prep work you do when I come to the screens. This is the prep work I do. I want to get my order blocks. I want to get my ceiling. I want to get my floor. I want to know where price may be going for the next stop. Price likes to go from supply to demand, from demand to supply, from bearish order block to bullish order block, from bullish order block to bearish order block. Got it? Good. All right. So this is what the things that I take note of. This is a bearish engulfer, and it happened at a bearish order block. This is telling me price is protecting this price point. And as long as we have bearish order blocks being respected, there's no time for buy orders. You understand? We have more sellers in this market. Bad to take buys at this moment. Now, I'm looking at all this rejection down here, right? I'm looking over here to the left. I'm going to the top here where this leg starts, because I believe that is the true edge of this order block. And you see how prices reacted here, right? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, what I want to see is price going to transition here? What has happened here? We want to examine it. This looks like a bearish order block, right? But it didn't go lower. It didn't go lower than this candle. It rejected on the engulfing candle. That kind of says this is a counterfeit bearish engulfer. The very next candles tell the truth. This price point was not protected. That's why it forms a bullish order block now, because of the way price is leaving. Okay, on a higher time frame, you can see how it forms. It starts to get closer and form this variation of the engulfer, the bullish engulfer. Okay, so we have this block here that's actually a bullish order block, and you see the price found supply and formed a bearish order block. Now we want to see evidence that price is transitioning from bearish to bullish. All right, so we're going down further. This is all before they open now, and after a while of doing this, it's not going to take you long to do it all. Look at how price is reacting once it reaches this bullish order block. You see how it makes this one level, then makes this next level, and here we are. What do I look for? Low, lower, higher. For me, this is easy to see that price is transitioning from bearish momentum to bullish momentum. Now, I also want to point out, this is what you want. Price coming into the level, going a little lower, and you want to see price break this high. I like to see price break this high because now it is a break of structure. This is a 2-candle pullback. This is structure here. That is a break of structure. And that means what? When you have a break of structure, you look for a return to impulse, RTI. And that's exactly what this ones do. So what do? I'm going to wait like a spider in a web here at this order block at near the head of this left shoulder, head, right shoulder configuration. So it can make that right shoulder, and I take my entry here and take it to the promised land. I hope everybody caught exactly what I said. Review this video if you didn't. So let's mark it. We have this break of structure here. We know it's structure because it's a 2-candle. It's got at least 2 candles as a pullback. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, It has to have two candles. Now, this is a doji, but the second candle has to trade outside of the range of the previous candle to be considered a real pullback and to be considered structure on this time frame. Okay, so we go down to the lower low. We break the short-term high here. This is a short-term high to the upside. All right. You break two short-term highs. That's a show of weakness for buyers. All right. That's a show of weakness for buyers. Okay. And you expect that return to impulse after two short-term lows are broken. It's like a break of structure, and you wait for the return to impulse. All right. But you just note, once you see short-term highs being broken, like, excuse me, once you see short-term highs being broken, like this one here, it's a short-term high. This is a short-term high. Once you see short-term highs being broken, you can say, hey, man, there's just more buyers here than sellers, period. Okay, that's exactly what I've been saying in the previous videos. Please make sure you review them. All right, so we had this break. Excuse me, we have this break of structure here. All right, and we're waiting for a return to impulse. That's in this leg. All right, so we look in this leg to see where is that impulsing order block that we're hoping that price comes back and retests. Well, this one here is related, is a good one, a good candidate. Why? Because it's near the head. You see how price came to this head. And what you want to say is, man, there's a lot of choppiness here. Can I go lower to see some clarity, get some clarity on it? Of course you can. And what do you see? We got a bullish engulfer here. All right. And it came back, retested that bullish engulfer, that bullish order block, and then broke this high, this short-term high here, which means there's some strength there. Price came back, retested the same order block, milled around, making higher lows, and then finally broke structure on the way out. This is our order block. All right. And I can refine it this way. All right. I'm going down to the head. I'm containing that head. I have this is the last down candle before the up move. So it's really, really technically is all of this candle. All right. But we can go down to the middle, what is called a median threshold, where a lot of the transactions are taking place within this candle. All right. Anyway, so we extend this on this 2 minute order block here all the way over. All right. You don't know how many times it's going to be tested. So this will be where we think price is going to come back. Now, you might say, well, what about these order blocks? What about that order block? What about that order block? You want to pick an order block that has actually accomplished something. This one, like I just walked you through, came up and broke this short-term high, then came down, retested on the same order block, and you see led price to make higher lows and then end up breaking structure. All right. Easy enough to see. All right. This is structure here. That because there's a 2 candle pullback. All right. That's a higher high. All right. And then you start looking here. Oh, we got a higher high here because there's a 2 candle pullback, another higher high. All right. This is what you want to see. That's what you want to make note of. That's how you pick a proper order block, the one that has an impulse on it, that has accomplished something. If it hasn't done anything, it's probably not going to be the one you want to look for. Look at this order block. What did it do? Nothing. What did this order block do? Oh, it came up here. All right. And then it did this. All right. Did it accomplish anything? Did it accomplish anything? Yeah, it did. Went past this high. So this one, we say, okay, maybe that might be a candidate. Didn't do it wasn't major work it did because it milled around afterwards, but it might be a suspect. You know what I'm saying? Might be one that we might make note of. All right, if we look over here, price did have a reaction to it, but it wasn't much, and it came down behind it anyway. This one is the one. Your head is always going to be a good bet. That the head of the left head and right shoulder of this quasi formation is always going to be a good bet to put your wait for a return to impulse. Okay, now price did return. We're going to note what time it is. 7:46. This is our demand, and we know that price is we know that it's getting time for the open. We're waiting on this bus. It's getting time to be at that bus stop. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, I forgot to put on the session separator. All right, and we can see, doggone it, I went too fast. Sorry. All right, we can see that we are at the threshold of price. Look what time it is, 7:59. This is where I want to be. All right, we know where our base is. So what we want to think of is price is showing transition. We've already returned to impulse. So price is probably on its way up. All right. On its way, it's going to have, little pullbacks and whatnot. It's not just going to go in one straight line like a rocket ship. All right. But we want to find where our floor is and where our ceilings are, right? I'm going to keep an eye on this situation happening here. All right. If price comes back and wants to retest here, I want to be ready for ready with an order to take it up to the promised land. Also make note at 7:59, this is the most prominent of all. All right, we have a very clear bullish engulfer here. That's very strong, a very strong engulfing candle. All right, this is our order block, and I'm waiting for price. If the price comes back to test it, hey, this is where I want to be. Not like that. This is where I want to be. Let's try it this time. All right, this is where I want to be for that. Okay. And where would I target? I want to target, oops, I want to target the highs. All right, because I think it's going to go to this this bearish order block up here. But I'm also noting that it did make a lower high. Okay, so doesn't mean it's going to make a beat that high. So I want to be reasonable and take it up. See where I got the line? Right up under that bearish engulfer here, and see how it was retested and price fell. I think this is a good TP, in my opinion, if it gets up there. But the question is, will price come back, retest, and then go up? I'm pretty sure it will. We have a bullish engulfer. We have a bullish order block here. We have another one here. All right. If we go to the 2-minute. Doggone it. If we go to the 2-minute, you can see it's a bullish engulfer. After a while, you'll know once you go from time frame to time frame, and the candles come together for that time, you can say, yeah, it's probably going to form an engulfer. We might have a little problem going past this area here. We just got to keep that in mind. We might have another problem going past here. So those are going to be your TPs. All right. You want to make sure you take TP before you start seeing trouble. Okay, because those are possible spots where price might reverse. Got it? Okay, so we see that we have supply here, a possible order block here. We have an order block here. If price does come back here, that'd be great. That'd give me a better risk to reward. but I'm going to be ready on either one of these to pounce. All I need is a price to give me a rejection from one of these order blocks, and I'm jumping on that. I'm just going to jump right on it. It might not go past this one, you know, so I'm going to keep an eye on this one, you know, but I see everything clearly on the 1 minute. So we're going to see if we're just going to get a retest here and up, or we get a retest here, and I'll just move my entry down to there. That's it. Next candle should give us the separator. Yep, there we go. Ooh, we came all the way down. Look at that. Ooh, wee. Now, some people put pendings here. In this case, I would probably have a pending, but I like to do manual entries on all my my trades. But in this case, a pending wouldn't be a bad idea. All right, why? Because you have two areas where you could target, you know, and I'm thinking there was a good reason to be here, to put a pending on this one. This looks like a pretty good target where price did have a nice projection here, a nice impulse rather. All right, so you always put your stop loss below the order block in which you enter. Remember that. We can get rid of this. All right. It's a little disconcerting to see price open up and break a bullish engulfer, break a what would be an order block. All right, but what we want to make note of is we have a price transitioning on this 1 minute time frame. All right, and if we see it, or you know, if I'm seeing some price, I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback, and then price continuing up, you know, and just keep your eyes open on every time frame to see if we are going to continue with that what do you call that momentum to the upside. I'm looking at this transition here. All right, a bigger one right here. I have indications that sign that price is going to transition. I don't ignore those signs. Okay, let's go. Oh, that's all I wanted to see. All right, price did come all the way down to the median threshold of this candle. Interesting, right? So this would have been, you know, this you could have draw your what do you call it, your order block that way, but you know, this will work. Now let's see if we can get some continuation, some follow through. Oh yes, oh yes. Now the way I do it as far as trade management goes is when I get to 2R, like I'm looking for a trade that reaches 1 to 7.17 risk to reward. That means if I if I risk $100, I should get 717 in return once it hits my TP. That's a pretty good return, isn't it? All right. Once it gets to 2R, I take the risk out. If I bet 100, or if I risk $100, I'm taking that $100 out of this trade. I'm taking a $100 partial, but I'm not moving my stop loss. All right, I'm leaving my stop loss in its place. All right, so that if price comes back to my entry, I don't get knocked out of the trade and then continue on, you know, how it usually likes to do. Right, knocks you out, and then it continues on in the direction towards your TP, and you're sitting there going, "Why you leave me, man?" So leave your stop loss. That's my suggestion. At 3R, that's when I move my stop loss up to break even, and I take another partial. All right, I take another partial there. Some of us on the team take 80% at 3R, and leave a 20% runner for the rest of the TV. But you do you, you do you. I want at least 3 hours for the day, each day. All right. And I want to leave open the chance to gain more pips if I get more percentages if I can. This one I'm going to right here. I want it to be right up under that bearish engulfer. Okay, so that's my trade management style. There we go. And that is 1, 2 right now. I have no risk in the trade. I'm taking that partial right here. And it's right at that area, right? Where are we now? Check it out. Ooh, we're doing good. We're doing really good. We're at 1 to 5. All right, at 1 to 5, I have taken partials. I'm leaving a runner where I said I wanted it right under that bearish engulfer. All right, we're leaving a runner and we're doing great in profit. This is where you got to have nerves of steel. See, remember I was telling you that there are areas that we need to consider taking partials at because of those bearish engulfers. We might have trouble going past them. Well, they have the potential to reverse price, and that's what happened here. Okay. Take some profit, take some partials there, and by the time, but just understand that there's going to be a pullback. It's not going to just keep going straight. That's not the way it usually works. All right, sometimes it does. All right, depends on what's going on. All right, but look what time it is. At 8:15, at 8:14, you would have been at a, let me see, a 1 to 7 trade. A 1 to 7 trade. You could have got out here and your day, your week is done. You've made 7%, man. You know what I mean? But we move on. Now, see all this chop here? This would have got me all kind of nervous. I would have been like, oh, should I stay in or is it going to go any higher? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to hold tight because I believe price is going to challenge that high, because I believe this is going to be the lower high and we should be on our way to making a higher high. I mean, a higher low here, and we should be on our way to making a higher high. And so far that weight is working out. Look at that. Look at that. Right up there. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. This is the bus. Be ready for your bus. I showed you how to get prepared for it. I show you how to recognize the order blocks. Something else I want you to make note of. Please take notes. All right. Like I said before, you have to notice how price is developing. What do you do? How did that happen? That's a bearish order block, and that's another point. All right. Look, I told you that looks like price is transitioning again, giving us the sign that it wants to transition from a bearish to a bullish. All right. And that's exactly what it did. All right. And we waited for that return to this impulse here. All right. Price created this level here of resistance, came down, found support, broke that level of resistance. That's a short-term high being broken here. All right. We come up higher. We have another short-term high over here. All right. And price created another level of resistance here, found the support, and then broke through that again. This is a return to impulse trade. It's that simple. You take it on up. It happened at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard, New York Open. This is your bus. If you don't have it set up where if price comes back and retests this order block here and takes off either direction or whatever, if you don't have the setup, don't take a trade. There's no bus coming. Okay. You need to take a different bus. All right. This one was set up. This one was set up, and all we had to do was wait for it to come, wait for it to return to impulse and take this trade. All right. While your trade is in motion, while it's going into climbing, I want you to make note of the patterns. I want you to make note what the price action is doing. Is it respecting bullish order blocks along the way, like this one, retested and it went higher. Then it came back to the same order block, retested a number of times, and then continued up. All right. When you start to see bearish order blocks being formed, now you're saying, is it time to get out or not? This bearish order block happens to be formed at this high, right under the under this bearish order block here, this supply zone here. Okay, so this is a warning sign saying, hey, price might not go any higher, man. Okay, and you want to see, you know, if you say, well, maybe it's just coming down to test this here, and then we can probably go higher. Well, you watch it. If it comes down with another leg, you know, and it's breaking a low, it's breaking short-term lows, then you start to say, hey man, those buyers ain't outnumbering the sellers anymore. All right, time to get out of this trade. This one gave you a good signal to get out. It didn't go back up either. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's going back up, but is it going to break this order block here? You have to make note of these things. Is it going to break that order block? No. You know, I'm not trying to be in it this long at this point. All right, we're getting ready to head towards New York. What do you call it? New York Stock Exchange Open and stuff. I'm not trying to be in it this long. Here is where you get out. This was the best point. You know, almost at the order block and everything. I hope you've taken notes. This is a valuable video. I'm explaining the strategy to you, giving you the points, when to get in and when to get out, when to recognize a valid order block, and when to dismiss one. All right, what to watch while your trade is in action. I'm trying to give you the bus stop and how to recognize you're at the right bus stop. Okay, you want to make sure you're getting in layup kind of trades. This was a layup. All right, all I had to do was complete step 3. We got transition. All right, we got the left shoulder, the head. All we needed was that right shoulder. We got the right shoulder. Price went up. I showed you the short-term highs that it broke. All we needed was the return to impulse. That was the only thing we needed. It came exactly at 8 o'clock. That's all we needed to jump in this trade. There's value in this. If you get what I'm talking about, leave a comment and let me know if you have questions on anything I went over in this video. I'm giving you the sauce. All right, I'm giving you the sauce. And I'm hoping that I can raise a good, sound, and strong, independent trading community so that we can all sharpen each other up. Okay, like iron sharpens iron. You dig what I mean? All right. This is my attempt to do just that, raise up independent traders, and we all trade together. All right. Make sure you join the Telegram, the free Lions is what I call them, the free Lions, the free Telegram, where the Lions roam for free. And in there, Drunken Monkey and I drop nice tidbits and sometimes actual trades that we're getting into, and drop good little nuggets in there as well. All right, and there you can see some good updates on some of the trades that I'm talking about in my weekly forecast videos. There's 2 videos on your screen right now. One of them is going to be that weekly forecast video, and you should check it out. All right, and I hope the rest of your week is a profitable one. I'll talk to you in the next video.